But we're gonna make this walkway be where everybody goes to go to the yard. And then I think this is no longer needed. Same with this. This can go. We can get barbed wire. Is it in resources or? Yeah, barbed wire on this fence. Which is just stupid expensive. But it'll help a little bit. Okay, there's that. Doggo, there you go for the doggo. And then staff door. Let's dismantle this door. We'll lock this down. Okay, I changed my mind on this. Did I get my money back for this? Cross my fingers, hope I do. Where's barbed wire? I do, good. I don't get the money back, but I get to keep the barbed wire. Cool, it's in storage. Instead, we'll just extend the yard to be in this wall. We'll just use the existing wall. So in that case, we'll want to just have the fence be completed here. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be it. Ask Me Anything claimed says, can you play Prison Architect with me sometime? Most likely not. Most likely not. Just being bluntly honest. I play with very few people, and I have very little time for multiplayer games. I have a dedicated day. To multiplayer games, because if I don't dedicate a single day to it, I just simply won't do it. I don't have the time for it. Most people don't realize this. I still, even now, I work. This week was a little lighter. Because a lot of my work this week was planning stuff, so it's not really, I mean, I guess it counts as work, but I worked about 80 hours. I'm probably gonna work about 80 hours this week. I had about 75 last week, and then like 85, 90 before that. Like, I just don't have time to play games. If I'm not streaming or making a video, I'm not playing a game. Like, I don't play games off stream, so I just don't have the time for it. Okay, so this is gonna get, this gets taken down, right? Right here. So just being blunt, don't want to give people hope. It's probably not gonna happen. Prison Architect definitely is multiplayer now in the test branch. I don't think it's been released to full, but maybe the full release has been done already. I don't know. Can I don't like how this is sitting there, but it adds a little character. I'm gonna leave it. There's a little bit of character to this, it's fine. Actually, we can put in one of these guard towers. Could have been right in there still. I could have left it in there. I could have left the guard tower in there. I didn't though. Let's do paving stone through, this is where they are going to be coming out. We'll put paving stone along the side here. Also down the front here. Down the edge. Probably through the middle. Probably like that. They get through this way. And then probably like through here. And then this area needs to be fenced off. It is a staff only area where staff can manage power stuff when they need to. So we'll do that right there. Don't see why what has a cooldown. AMA, because the AMA, it renders a sound in the stream as well as pops something on the displays on the screen. So because of that, it can be easily spammed, and that's why it has a cooldown. If you ask a question, you say, Charlie, this is my question, I probably will see it and answer it, but it's one way to like get my attention for something that's especially a question that maybe I missed it a couple of times, or it's just something that's like maybe not quite a casual question or whatever. But like Clem says, are you planning on playing some multiplayer games? Which I just talked about just now. For example, Prison Architect or other multiplayer games, which I just talked about just now. You can stream it. It's really interesting to watch multiplayer, which I just talked about just now. Mondays are my multiplayer Mondays. I've been posting them as well on YouTube. The Division, posting some of my Division stuff. I'm just gonna post all the Division stuff. It just takes time to get it out. And then Divinity, been playing that multiplayer too. I don't really have a whole lot of multiplayer stuff I do because I'm not really, like I said, I don't really have a whole lot of time for multiplayer. Multiplayer requires coordination. It requires, and by coordination, I don't mean like your body's physical movements. I mean like coordinating with another person so that your schedules line up. I don't really have that capacity right now, aside from Mondays. Like my work schedule and managing my business is, it's all about time management and like getting my clients meetings in the proper spots and blocking off those time and then securing that in my calendar, and then knowing that these blocks here are available for certain things. Being able to just say dedicated day, this, bam. That leads me to say, hey, by the way, I don't have any meetings on Mondays. I don't do meetings on Mondays, and I can fit it into the gaps of other things. Like today, I need to stop at about 5:30 because I need a quick phone conversation with a client before my son comes home. Otherwise, it's going to be just like, yeah, in a second, and I'll have to deal with my toddler while I'm on the phone with a client, and I don't want to do that. So like 5:30 or so, I need to end the stream today. So it's things like that. Like I know the schedule ahead of time, but playing multiplayer games off of stream, it just can't happen. It just can't right now. If I can ever do this kind of thing full time, that changes things considerably. But until that day comes, I just don't have the time. That time is much better spent doing like other things. Connect the hot water to all of these things. Maybe it works. We can actually get rid of this and go straight with it. Oh, this is already laid out. Okay, go straight with it here then. All the way at the top. That should hopefully connect all those cells to hot water. Hopefully. Pretty please. That also needs to be put in. Come on, slackers. Doing half a job. Bunch of slackers doing half a job. Unbelievable, these guys. Yay, it looks like there's no blinking water though. Like the hot water's blinking, but there's no blinking like everything else isn't blinking. So that's good. If you guys hear any like little sound behind my voice when I start talking, there's like this little rattling sound. It's because of the stupid stream PC. It is like, it's like 3 feet that direction, but the fans are so loud that I can't block it even with acoustic foam between me and the computer right now. I can't block it all the way. It is so obnoxiously loud. I've got to figure out a way to get rid of it. I don't want to get a different cooler, but like it needs new fans for sure. I'm gonna order some like Noctua fans and just replace the stock fans that come with it. But it's so loud. Like I have a big wooden wall I just put up this morning, and it has acoustic foam lining it, and the sound is still coming through. You guys don't hear it now in the stream, but when I enhance my audio later for the on-demand video on YouTube, you might hear it. Maybe not, hopefully not, but you might hear it. It's kind of hard to block out a rattling frequency. You can do other types of noise, other types of background noise removal, but a rattling frequency, this frequency of sound, it kind of ticks into the frequencies of the voice a bit more, and it's hard to make your voice sound good and also remove that sound. It's a bit difficult. It's really annoying. Staff room. There. You're gonna need a bin, aren't you? I always forget about the bin, that new requirement. Thank you, mods. Let's give them some arcades to play in. I don't know, like one arcade machine. This is a super big staff room for just like hanging out for staff way out here. But I think eventually the prison's gonna wrap around and be this whole area, and then we can just use this as an actual proper staff room for more people. So, but until that happens, whatever. Who watches YouTube? I wish more people did. I wish more people did. It's like a really interesting phenomenon, right? It's a really interesting thing. Like, I'll have a live stream for, like we had a live stream for Divinity last night, right? And the stream averaged about 55, 60 viewers concurrent. Peak was, I think 69 or 70. Forget. That's for the whole stream, right? That's how many people are here with it. Those people don't need to watch on YouTube, right? So the only people who watch on YouTube are the people who can't make the streams. And so the better a series does on YouTube, the more people will see it on YouTube, then the more people might come to the streams, which leads there to be less views at YouTube. So it's a kind of a weird, I haven't figured out how to like properly mix this strategy, but some people just don't care for YouTube, and that's fine. And just like there's a lot of people on Twitch or a lot of people on YouTube right now watching going, I just don't like Twitch. I can't do anything about it. Just gonna be myself. I'm just gonna be myself, guys. Like, what kinds of things do you watch YouTube for? Maybe I should start doing how-tos and stuff. Start doing tips videos, you know, things like that. I think this is what people mostly watch YouTube for. I don't think they watch Let's Plays much anymore. Yeah, I know. You're just giving me a hard time, Clint. I know. YouTube Let's Plays are great for us few who are not in the US and have issues with the time zone. Yeah, correct, for sure. They just don't do very well. What was that sound? The ding sound. I don't see any message pop up for it. I didn't do any shakedowns, although I should have actually. That's the sound I normally hear when there's a shakedown done. I don't know. Prisoner sorting is done now. So how do I use it? It says use a CCTV camera. How do I use it? I'm not sure how that works. What if it's over here? No, I don't see it. Is it like an item? Like an object I can use? Needs modifier for faster sleep. I don't know how to work that. I'm gonna have to look at it later, I guess. Probably. Shadow592, thanks for that raid coming in. Welcome, everybody. We're playing one of the most interactive prison architect prisons you've ever seen. Mike, thanks for gifting the tier 2 sub to Shadow. I appreciate that, man. Welcome. What's up, guys? What's up, Richie? Crafty Mutt? What's up, Crafty? Good to see you. There's 140 prisoners here. It's actually quite small. I am planning to actually buy more land here, 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 and here. I'm planning to buy all 4 tiles around me this time for this prison, but I want to really see how far we can go with it. So we'll probably get like 2,000 prisoners when this thing's over with. It's probably be about 20 times the size as it is now, if I can do so. But how do you raid? You stream. Yeah, you get a stream, you get some people, and then you do the raid command at the end of your stream, and you end up hosting that streamer, as well as sending some of your people who are watching you to that streamer as well. So it's a kind of a way of sharing a community with other people. It's usually pretty good. We do it at the end of every stream we do here. We do hosts and raids here too. I've been doing hosts more than raids lately. I'm kind of trying to figure out the difference in whether or not there's any real benefit, difference. I like to experiment with things, see the impacts of things. I want to know why you're still. My workmen have a tendency to do all the work except for one tile. So like they'll put all the piping in place and then just forget to do the one tile that connects all that work to the actual source. I'm not sure why that happens. I mean, I want to say it's my fault, but I don't know that. So this is what's going to end up. It's kind of dark, so you can't really see it really well. I'm going to do a shakedown to see if I can get anybody. Any tunnels? Got a couple. Chase them down. Actually, I kind of like the metal flooring here. Metal flooring works. I think the metal flooring works. We'll put it up here too. It'll be a slow process to get all the flooring done throughout the whole place, but I like it. Let's get the flooring done. I only watched Odd play a little. Don't recall him building anything this big. This doesn't seem like Odd's kind of game. Maybe it is, but Doesn't really seem like Odd's kind of game. There's some ways to get good stories from a game like this though. Odd's games are very story driven. He's really into just like sinking his teeth into something that's really a narrative experience. But there's ways to get good stories out of this game too, but it's just not quite the same. Like my season 1 on YouTube, some pretty damn good characters we followed there. Very similar game to this, but really more tuned to a story. Probably be more Odd's game that's in this fashion. It would probably be RimWorld, probably. Which I think he tried that at once too. But you can definitely get more stories within that. You can really build characters and really see relationships with that type of game a bit more. So this is going to end up being a big yard for maximum security. I just don't have the money. I had the money, and then I spent a ton of it on cosmetic stuff, making the prison look better. We also spent $50 per cell to give these prisoners a prayer mat in front of their toilets. So they can pray to the porcelain gods every single night if they want to. How's their spiritual need? Spirituality need is medium. It's being served right now, actually. There are people praying right this minute. Can we find them? There are people praying right now. Where? There he is. He's praying. He's praying to the porcelain gods. Right now. City Sinioko. He's quick. Huh? He's quick. He's praying for early prisoner release, most likely. He's a 2% chance he's probably going to get it. He's really well reformed, actually. We did a really good job on City here. We are going to do a big subathon in December. It depends on a few factors, but my wife is probably, not confirmed, but probably heading out to Asia with my son again. Like visit the grandparents and stuff. They always do this when I'm busy. They always do it when I'm busy. Like this time, I'll be working on a feature film. I'm probably going to be end up being the editor for this film too. So, but I'll be working on a feature, and like I can't just leave because there's like a lot of other people. There's like a lot of pieces in motion, and you can't just like take the director of photography out off the set. So there's a lot of things. So she might be going out there, right? When she does that, I no longer have parental responsibilities. So I can, you know, the last time that happened, chat will confirm if you've been here for a while. The last time she left and went somewhere, I had 160 hours live that month. Like, it was massive. It was last December, actually. Last December, I was live almost every day. I was live for 160 hours that month. It was insane. I was going for 200 hours. It was longer than that. I can look it up right now. 188 hours live. Live for 188 hours. It was a lot. So when that happens, I went nuts. Alrighty then. So I've been ranting to ranting Charlie. You love ranting Charlie. I've been ranting to Twitch chat and having this lengthy conversation with them for like a long time. And I think it's time, just for a little bit, a couple minutes at least. I love the conversation though. I do. I really do. Just for a couple minutes. I maybe should get something that's usable in an episode. Unless I just end up, you know, just including that whole big thing, which people have commented extensively that they don't like. You know. Whatever. I'm still doing beautifications, kind of. I'm gonna start getting some grass over here, I think, eventually, but I think for now, I just need to get a workable yard, something that actually works. This is enormous. This yard does not need to be this big. It is a very large yard. I don't think this whole thing needs to be a yard. So I think instead of the whole thing being a yard, I have no idea how I want to do this now. You got me off topic. I'm like, you got me monologuing again. Also promote you. Exactly, Poison, exactly. Get rid of that hat. Get rid of that hat or hide your face. That was like one of the quickest. I was one of the quickest like bans from, or hide all comments by this user on YouTube. One of the quickest I've ever done. Someone who's just like, get rid of the hat or hide your face. Yeah, you have absolutely zero interest in being a member of this community. Bye-bye. Just don't have time for you. There's way more important things in life than dealing with trolls. I'm gonna go up like this with weight benches, come down like this with weight benches. Let's go... I can't tell which direction this is facing. Let's get a different thing. Weight bench here like this, yeah. Let's go like this. We'll just kind of go around this. I might move this later because it's a little obnoxious. I might move this later, but for now we'll leave it there. Then I'm just gonna have grass throughout this area. And then, just because I want it to look good, I'll add like... We'll add like a tree there. Another tree there. It kind of looks planted if I do that. So let's also put one inside. Hey. Put one inside there. I like that. Put a couple of trees in here. It really spruces things up, you know? Doesn't need to be quite this big, but whatever. And as far as benches, they love benches. They are so obsessed with benches. They just love them. They sit in benches all day, every day, all the time. It's like the only thing they like to do. You're prisoners. So we're just gonna do that. We're gonna give them benches to sit in. We have the barbed wire fence along the outside. That's great. Maybe we'll go. Just put the benches, like, just give them a bunch of them. I don't like how that's spaced. That's better. I think that's good for now. Let's see how that looks. Workman, get on that. Let's see how that looks. Did I start with face cam or did I add it later? Streaming always had face cam. YouTube, first year. Pretty much any video I make exclusively for YouTube, aside from Outlast. When I played Outlast, I had a face cam because it's like a horror game and it just kind of takes a significant viewership value out of seeing your reactions to a game like that than imagining what you look like. So for Outlast and any horror game really, I would have face cam, but pretty much any video I make exclusively for YouTube, I don't have a face cam for. But yeah, if you're gonna spend money on your stream, if you're gonna spend money on videos at all, do it on audio before you do it on video. Significantly more important to have great sound. People, especially for a streamer, because a lot of people watch streams, as there's probably at least a few dozen people right now who are listening to this who can hear me but can't see me or don't see me right now, because a lot of them might, well, just listen to it in the background, you know? Significantly more important to have good audio. If you have shitty sound, but great, like if you can stream 720p 60 and it looks brilliant, but the sound is gross, unless you're like super good at that game, nobody's gonna watch you. They're gonna turn away. Have great sound. Have great sound. Rough Waves, guilty of just listening. I do it too. We got 30K. Let's spend some. I think I'm just gonna not bother with like a pretty floor for the cleaning cupboards. I'm just gonna lay down the regular concrete flooring, just because I don't really care what it looks like. But for this stuff in here though, metal flooring I think is what we were doing, right? The walkways was gonna be metal flooring, I think. Yeah. So we'll get this metal here. I think at that point we're kind of done with the fire. Like recovering from the fire is kind of done at that point. So let's get this to be a yard. We're gonna go yard here, and we'll just have them be a yard till about here. We'll leave it this size. Let's just play it, you know, just play this for a second, see how large this is, how many prisoners are gonna use it, etc. We'll go ahead and grab the large jail door, pop it here, and then we're gonna need 2 metal detectors. We'll do that here and here on the inside of it. Yeah. And then we want to hook that up. Power, of course. Our new power station is right here. And this can be in charge of that. And then we're gonna want some lights outside too, for when it's dark. We'll put one. Let's say we'll just put one like next to this. The other ones we can put on the corners of the grass. Yeah, that'll look good. Put the lights on the corners of the grass to light this whole area up. It may not light it up as much as I think it will, but we'll see if it does. Got a lot of weight benches. That's good for them. They don't have any phones, though. They like phones. Phones are things they like, too. How about we try this? We'll put phones like this, then flip them around and put phones like this. So this big group of phones right here. And then we can turn this into a security room, too. Maybe instead of a staff room here, we put a security room here instead. Because that will put suppression, right? It puts suppression on the yard if we put security there. These guys are already being watched by 2 snipers, so it's not that big of a deal. They got a lot of eyes watching them already. Through the crosshairs, you know. We're gonna want also this yard to be just a bit bigger to cover those phones that I just placed. Here we go. And we're gonna need people to monitor those phone calls. That's why I think it's probably a good idea to have another building here. Let's do a brick building. So eventually all of these guys will end up using this as their yard, and then the other people will end up using this as their yard. You're losing sight from the sniper? True, but I don't... All right, we can move it. Let's move it. We'll stick that sniper. We'll stick him where? Maybe over here. All right, on the fence like this. If I stick him here, then he can guard people jumping over the fence. He's also very close to the staff room at that point too. We have coverage from this sniper on this way. And if they get over here, then they're too far away. So if I just move them over here, it should be fine. Because I don't want to lose coverage of this area too. So if I best back him up like this, it should be okay. Let's just do that. Let's just back that up like that. Audio quality is amazing, by the way. That's what I'm saying. Focus on audio quality and you're good to go. Thanks, I put good money into it. And by that I mean, like, just the equipment and the education for it. It's nuts.